Happy Thursday, Internet, and welcome to another episode of Tidefall. We're all here, GGK, ready to greet you with our arms wide. Hi.
With arms wide open.
That's where I was trying to go. Okay, so announcements-wise, we still have our Mordenkainen Tome of Foes giveaway going on. This is a good start, talking-wise. Mordenkainen giveaway is still going on. It ends on Sunday the 20th, so get your entries in there. We have a stretch goal that we're trying to hit. If we get 200 Twitch followers during the time of the Mordenkainen giveaway, so before Sunday, 200 Twitch followers, we're going to give away a set of Wild Space-themed dice. So that's neat. Not only the book, but also some sick dice. So there you go. Think about that. Put that in your brain and think about it. So Survivors Complex is this Saturday, as per the usual, at 3:30 Eastern. Nailed it. Wild Space is on Monday. Oh, I didn't? Dang it.
You did.
No,
it's 3:30 your time, Lindsay. It's 5:30 Eastern.
Dang it. I was like, not 5:30. I'm always wrong when I say 5:30. No, I'm wrong when I say 3:30. It's 3:30 Mountain, if you're wondering. So Wild Space is on Monday at a time in Eastern time, which is
5:30.
No, Wild Space on Monday.
Oh, Wild Space. I was still on Survivors Complex.
That's
I'm in every game on this channel. 8 o'clock Eastern time.
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
Eastern. Guys, I can't.
We should make everything at 5:30.
And at Wild Space on Monday, we will announce the winner of the Mordenkainen giveaway. So if you weren't already going to be there, which of course you were, definitely be there for the giveaway announcement.
Yeah, and I'm only going to pick people I like. It's not going to be random. JK.
That's not true.
But if you're watching this, it's going to be, you have a really good shot.
That's true. So how about we get into Tidefall, where I will hopefully not mess up as much as I just did. Okay, so when last we left our heroes, they ventured into the oasis in the border city of Pointov in the country of Illiamet. And they swam as little fishies into a cavern where they had an interlude with a strange creature and some other strange creatures and came out on top because they're great. Then they hung out in that cave and learned that the creature that they fought was called a chul and has connections with an aboleth, which is apparently alive and well somewhere in the area. So they need to get out of this here cave while they can still breathe underwater. And they're going to do that. And who knows what's going to happen. And that's where we left off. So here you guys are in your cave. You just finished a wonderful card game of Arxcura where Cole... Wait, was it Cole? Or was it Amon? Amon just barely beat Cole and Cade. Barely beat Cole.
Yeah, he is real good. I have a lot to learn, it seems.
Oh, don't be so modest. You played well.
Okay.
So, what are you guys doing?
I think during the card game, Bammy would have scouted out the tunnel because I think we determined there's like a current coming in and just trying to figure out how tricky it would be for the group to swim out through that.
It is roughly like 8 to 10 feet diameter, so you guys could easily walk through.
Okay, so the current's not strong enough that we wouldn't be able to.
Every now and then you kind of have to put your hand on the wall and kind of brace yourself, but then it's pretty easy to trudge.
What's the angle of the tunnel, roughly?
It varies. It's kind of it's a decline, but sometimes it flattens out. But mostly,
it's a decline.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. I did not imagine that. Okay. So does it get like darker and darker as we go down there? Or is there like still a complete absence of light?
There's still no light sources except for the owl statue in the middle of the island where you guys are hanging out.
So tempted to bring that with us. It seems very useful for light, but it's probably better being here.
Yeah, we should leave it here, but I can make some light for us if we need it.
Is there any air in the tunnel? I guess not. If it's declining, there's no way. Never mind.
Yeah, it's just better.
Okay.
So I'm feeling kind of rested now. Does anyone want to? I mean, do we want to?
Well, I'd rather get out of here sooner rather than later.
Right.
Yes, we should go. If there is indeed an aboleth around, I am strong and would fight it. But it would be about a 50-50 chance of it beating me, and that is not a risk I want to take.
Cole, have you taught him about statistics yet?
I mean, I've begun the discussion. I mean, we're still at a philosophical level right now.
Mm-hmm. Great. So we just need to go down that hole.
Yeah, I mean, technically, in binary terms, I mean, there's always a 50% chance of anything possible in existence, but we haven't gotten to probability yet.
Right. So about us going down that hole.
Yeah. Is there anything that we can do to prepare for what we're going to face here? Mr. Cade?
Okay, just so I can get this clear, we're going down to get out.
Yeah.
Maybe if
We
that
can't
leads
go
us
back
down.
the other way.
The tunnel you originally came in did go up a bit.
Wait, what?
So from where you went in the oasis, Cade and Bammy were able to deduce/sense that they were going uphill. So where you are right now is technically above the city somewhere, or above the oasis somewhere.
So, okay. Here's my question.
Okay.
I have a thing, I think, somewhere. I think it's a wanderer thing, getting like a general gist of like the geography. Was there like a hill or like a raised area near the city that I kind of
yeah.
like, this is where we're at right now?
It's like built into a mountain. It's like next to a mountain.
Okay, so we're in like the mountain next to the city. Okay. I got nothing.
Okay. Well, that's
I can turn
sad.
All right, here. Okay, so maybe that's an understatement. I could perhaps turn into something and scout ahead, and maybe call less attention to myself. If we want to know that we're not about to run smack dab into big monster thing.
Well, I think I should go with you because I can send my little fish guy ahead of us to keep an eye on everything.
Can your fish guy be something that's not a fish? Something that might walk?
Yeah. It takes some time to switch out, but yes.
Because I was thinking, I think I mentioned this last time, if this thing's a water creature, it might behoove me to turn into something that digs and dig the tunnel, like dig alongside of it. I've turned into like moles before and get a pretty good idea of the topography of where you're going. So might be able to sense things out without actually having to be seen.
Yeah. I'm failing to see how you could dig out of here. Well, I guess if you dug on the top side of the tunnel, you might be able to keep water from pouring in after you.
Yeah.
But because you're digging, I can't really send them ahead of you. You know?
Well, I can breathe underwater anyway right now, no matter what I'm in, so I can just turn into something and then swim. And if I need to make a quick escape, I can dig my way into a tiny hole or something.
Okay, well, I'll send the little one ahead of us, and if something bad happens to them, that could be a good sign for us to maybe slow our roll a little bit.
All right. Well, I won't. I'll just stay me then. If we're just gonna walk up there and send them ahead of us, and then if I need to, I'll change.
Well, don't say just you. Okay, you're like really talented, and you have a lot of strengths and abilities that I can only.
I'm not interested. It's okay. Just we need to just put it out there. I'm married, so.
I know, and that's in this day and age, that's like just such a marvel, really. That just the rates of percentage of people who can ever stay together.
All right, so I'm going into the hole.
Sorry,
and
what?
Amon starts walking into the hole.
As does Bammy.
Oh, so we're all going. Okay. Yeah, that's okay.
All right, so I would say like I'll swim right behind Cade, but I'm gonna send the familiar 100 feet ahead of us, keeping an eye out.
Okay. So as you guys enter into this tunnel, there is that current pushing against you guys. It's not a big deal. Like I said, every now and then you kind of have to brace yourself when it just kind of ebbs and flows. Sort of like when you came in. Same sort of thing. You're just pushing against a current. It's just a little bit weirder this time because you're kind of going downhill. So it's actually almost, well, you're walking, not swimming. I was going to say it's easier, but you're walking. Never mind. Belay that. Yep. And Cole sends a fish ahead. Every now and then you just check in and it's just more of this tunnel. This one is a lot smoother than the one you came in. The one you came in was like naturally worn, had some sort of mini stalagmite things going on. This one has like grooves from those lobster claw marks. Other like shearing and stuff like that.
Just re-up. I know that we did like a check last time about that we knew the thing had help, but do we know like what sort of help? Like
I don't
remember if we rolled high enough to know that or not, but
I think you determined it was some sort of magical assistance.
Just some sort of magical. And how did that like display itself? Like what does magical assistance mean in this case?
I don't think you rolled well enough to determine that. You just were like, you saw the grooves from something digging it out. But just based on the creature, it's not one for digging. Okay. And this is some hefty stone here. And like, it just doesn't make sense for it to have been just done barehanded.
Okay. So I'd like sense some magic, but like not really like any information about
you deduce
or how
magic.
it works.
You didn't really sense
okay. Cool. Just checking. Cool.
Okay.
Thank you.
Can I do something that's not helpful?
Yeah.
I use Mask of Many Faces to make myself look like a sea elf.
Ooh, what does that look like?
Well, I think it's what
it's an elf built
thinks it like looks like out of books. I think I look like myself, but blue and with like green hair and like these fun like markings on my face.
Agree. I think the musculature is also slightly different, reminiscent of the divinity elves.
Yes. A little bit taller, a little bit thinner. Not helpful at all, but I do.
Oh, but it's good. It's good. I love it. So you guys make your way down here. You're going for probably another half hour. Cole, you keep checking with your fish. It's just more of this tunnel. Every now and then, you guys come to like sort of forks in the tunnel. And you kind of pause and have someone go down, and then probably Kate or Bammy determines like, oh no, this isn't quite right. Like this isn't the direction we want to go. And then you go down the other side. It goes on for about an hour.
Can I ask a question about the forks?
You sure can.
Are they coming from the direction that we're headed? Like, does it seem like they were trying to find this owl and they went down the wrong direction, went back and came this way?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Like this was, this has been done over time to get to where it wanted to be.
Okay.
Is it very dark in here?
Yes.
It's very dark in here.
Blah, 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 blah.
Well,
I complain to myself.
Genevieve is the only one who can talk underwater.
That's Cole talking back. She's like, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, and I can't. I could have cast light when we went into the tunnel, but not when we're underwater. Because it's a verbal thing. I can't talk underwater.
It also would have worn off after an hour.
Yeah.
So it was light for a while, but then...
It's a chain. We're all holding hands.
Cute.
Hold on to
so who's in the lead? What does this look like?
I'm picturing Cade in the lead, and I'm number 2.
Okay.
Because he's an adult. He's an adult, and he's leading the way, and I'm just helping out.
Okay, so it's Cade, then Cole, then...
Bammy,
then
me.
Genevieve.
I'll bring up the rear.
Yeah, I want to be in between Bammy and Willow.
Where would Amon be? Probably in the back, right? Probably?
Yep.
Rogues do that. Okay. So you guys are traipsing
Wait, this
along.
underwater tunnel is trapped. Check for traps.
Oh no.
So as you guys are continuing along, Cade, you guys reach another fork on the road, and you pause, you look around, you determine which way to go. And you look back, and you're like, okay. And then the 7 of you continue down. And then you stop, and there are 6 of us. You look back, you count twice. Okay, yeah, there are 6 of us. Of course there are. And you keep walking. A little more time passes. Cole, you're keeping up with Cade. The current gets a little bit strong, and you have to pause, like you brace yourself on the wall. You're like, okay. And then once it passes, you like pull your hand back, and it's just like there's just blood streaming off your hand into the water. And you go to like shake it off. What are you shaking off? There's nothing there. Of course there's nothing there. And you keep walking.
Can I do some sort of intelligence check to determine like illusions or something?
You sure
or
can.
investigation or something?
Yeah.
Which works for you?
Investigation, I guess.
Okay, I'm gonna roll. And I rolled a 14.
Okay. I think you can easily determine that this is an illusion. There's some sort of weirdness happening. You can't quite tell if it's just ambient or pointed, but something funky's going on.
All right. I'll squeeze Kate's hand.
Aw.
I flinch because I think something is attacking me. Probably throw an elbow back towards him.
Yeah, if okay, you're gonna hit me in the nose. I'll take a point of damage.
How low were you crouched, Cole?
I don't know, but like but that's true. If he's going down and like I'm above him, it probably just hit my chin. But do you turn around?
Yeah. No, I turn and look at you, and think in your direction. Just the fuck.
Yeah. And I'm like, and there's like probably a moment of hesitation where I'm like, oh my gosh, because you just used like real adult language with me just now. But
is Cole getting younger?
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. He's like, I think he was just gonna say illusions, like in a kind of an assuring tone. Hopefully, if you can do that mentally, I don't know.
I think you can.
Okay, in an assuring tone, just illusions.
All right.
And Willow, as you guys are walking, Amon kind of starts pulling away from you, and you belatedly hear the skittering of like sharp, like little legs, like little lobster legs or spider legs, like behind and above you. But then you like, there's no room for there to be anything, but it's just that's what you hear.
So spooky.
And you guys continue on.
Maybe pass it along.
Yeah, I tell everyone. I relay it down the line.
Okay, you all hear in your mind illusions.
Illusions?
Illusions.
Someone's here and they're like, allusions to what?
Yep.
Okay, so you guys continue on, and you're just kind of keeping an eye out, like trying to reassure yourself, like just pay attention to the stone walls. Like, this is what's real. This is where I'm at right now. And as you guys do, like you just focus where you're going, and just like the grooves in the walls, and for each of you, like you start kind of like, oh, these grooves kind of look like, that one kind of looks like a cactus, that one kind of looks like a tree. And you just kind of start like getting lost in like memories of like, this reminds me of when I was trekking through blah, 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 blah. Or when I was walking through the hallways of the libraries, or that sort of a thing. And you start to kind of lose track of time. And then all of a sudden, the current pushing against you fades away. And you kind of get lost in like your memories again for a moment, as like it's just still water, and you're just like, yeah. And all of a sudden the current just reverses, and you're all just sluiced down the tunnel. And I think it's fast enough that like G-force wise, you just kind of black out a little bit. And the next thing you know, you're kind of blinking, and you're in the sun. You're on a sandy beach in sunlight. Where's my sandy beach? Here we go. And you kind of have to get your bearings again. Maybe sit up or just kind of look around and you're breathing air. And you're just kind of sitting in the sun on the beach.
Can I once again roll for illusion?
Or
does that carry forward?
I would say the illusion part carries forward. Something funky, illusion-y was happening. But also, I'd say you can pretty easily deduce that there was some sort of magic that like suctioned the water out.
So,
like headphones out. That's cool. I didn't want to hear anyway.
All right. So, like, do I believe that where we are is where we are? Do I believe that?
Oh, I see. Yeah, you can roll an investigation.
Okay, I rolled a 26 natural 20.
Yes. Okay, this is perfect. I love this. You kind of like grip into the sand and like kind of let it run into your fingers. You like put your hands to your hair. You're like, okay, my hair is wet. Like this feels real. Look up at the sun and it's farther set than you would have expected. But like judging by its position and looking around at like the terrain of the sand and like the type of rocks and the tide and just like, okay, this is northeastern Iliomet. This is the shore of the Bay of Three Brothers. Like that, you are where you are. It's just it felt like you got there in like minutes. Like as soon as the current reversed and you like kind of blacked out, it feels like it hasn't been very long.
Okay, then it's
been a few hours.
Oh, it's been a few. Okay, like
since when you were in the cavern, you guys were like, okay, it's probably about 1 o'clock.
Sure.
Now the sun is setting.
Okay, so I'll just say to the girl like, we're really here, but I don't know how. I don't know where we've been.
I don't. And Amon sits up and he kind of is getting really cautious. And I don't even remember how we got here. Looks around and you can't see like an exit tunnel. Like you didn't slew us out right here. Like you just can't. You don't see where you came. You don't remember walking out of a tunnel, but here you are.
Felt like the current changed there for a bit. Maybe we hit some sort of tidefall.
Oh man. I don't know if this is seawater, but I feel like I want to throw up right now.
Oh, if you're going to throw up, please go over there.
Willow's been to the bay in there at least once when they were kids. Did she like recognize this area?
You haven't been this far north to this shore of the bay. You were at like the southwestern shore of the Bay of Three Brothers, where it's actually quite a bit prettier. Up here, it's a lot more sandy and a lot more dead because like the storms off of the Pyrean Sea blow up here, just like not blow up like but like the dusts end up here, and things have a hard time growing because it's a lot more salty. But this looks like where you're supposed to be. Like this makes sense. But as you guys are looking around, you notice that because this bay isn't perfectly sandy, it's sandy and like gravelly with some larger rocks and stuff. But there are like lines of rocks that have been like organized and stacked going straight into the water in almost like a sunburst pattern, like tens of yards apart from each other. It's evenly spaced, these stacks of rocks leading into the water.
Okay, I'm gonna take a peek at those.
Okay, you do that. What are you looking for?
Well, first, I think I'm going to start to see if there's any like natural aspect to it. Like, are these like, are there crabs underneath these stones that are like, you know what I mean? Or
Pirates of the Caribbean 3 style?
Or is it like, the way that the tide pulls things in, like the way, judging by the waves? I think I'm going to start with nature and then I'm going to work to magic after that.
Okay, I'm going to work with your investigation roll before.
Okay.
Because it was a natural 20. This has been deliberately done. Because of the tides coming in and out, like there aren't any prints that you can see, but something has like manually stacked them up.
Okay.
It's gonna be.
Is this like, you said it's like a sunburst pattern?
Yeah, it's like different lines pointing into like, because the shore curves. And so the stones are stacked up, not like in a parallel line pattern, but like a pointing in toward the water pattern.
Is it Is this any kind of like recognizable iconography? Or like a symbol? Is this like, oh yeah, the sun god? You know what I mean?
I'm gonna say no. It's not.
So I just drew a picture in the thing. Is it kind of like that?
No. Can you delete those cloud-like shapes?
Yeah, let me get rid of that. Hold on, if I can grab it.
I don't know if this will be visible because my lines are white, but it's like...
I was imagining it how I used to like draw a sun as a kid.
Yes.
Like in the corner
so just
of
like
the page.
straight lines.
Literally straight lines leading into the water.
Okay.
Hold on, I wasn't done with Cole's description. So as you're looking around, these were manually stacked up deliberately like this. It's just eerily precise.
Mm-hmm.
Like the width of them is exactly the same. Like obviously the rocks aren't the same, but like how far apart they are. And as you're looking in, like near one of the stacks, there's some sort of body. And as the tide is coming in from the bay and out, this water is going over the body of a person.
Okay.
And like going back over them.
Okay. Well, I want to investigate the person, but yeah, I'll start there.
Okay. So you went over to them.
And now I'll exclaim something to the group so they see it too. Like I don't know. Dead person.
Bammy will go over and try and extricate it from the rocks. Not that Bammy knows what extricate means.
Yeah, they're not actually in the rocks. They're just kind of like near. I think they kind of got washed. It looks sort of like they got washed up to the shore and like kind of ran into one of the rock stacks and it was just kind of stuck there. But whoever goes. And you see this, there's this person face down in like the gravelly, rocky sand. The water rolls over and past them again. They're just not moving. They seem to be wearing heavy armor, like blonde, flaxen sort of hair that's kind of moving in with the water as it passes over.
Can I
grab them, or
can I do a medicine check to make sure that they're actually dead?
Sure. Bammy reaches down, picks them up, like rolls them over, and you may roll medicine.
Bammy or me?
Whoever wanted to.
I will.
Do it.
Okay. Rolled a 15.
Okay, so here's what you see. This person is a teenager, maybe late teens, maybe. Skin is pink and fair with a lot of freckles, but their flesh is swollen with water. The lips, the palms, the eyelids are just fatly wrinkled, soaked with water, as if they've been underwater for a really long time. And they are not dead, but they are not breathing.
Just shout out to Kay. Say, I guess Willow too. Just like, they need help.
Okay. While they were getting out the body, Willow's probably looking around on the beach to see if there's anybody else around.
Okay. Roll perception.
Okay. And then it's probably going to rush over there when they say they need help. Well, that wasn't very good. 6. There
doesn't seem to be anybody else here, which isn't exactly uncommon. The northeast part of the Bay of Three Brothers, like I said, it's not really frequented. Like there's not really many fish because everything tends to be pretty salty, pretty dead. It's not exactly great beach going. It's pretty rocky. It's not pretty, that sort of a thing. So no tourists, no fishermen, that sort of a thing.
Okay.
But yeah, Cole yells for help. I'm assuming you guys all kind of don't know what's happening. Okay. Amon comes over too. Just assume Amon is with you. Yeah, so as you guys get close, you can see that this person, just like the tide pulls back and water is just streaming from their soaked clothing underneath this armor. And the plate armor just seems like rusted and crusted with salt and sand, and water is just pouring out of it. Like it's been soaking for a really long time.
I think I'll just say like to Bammy, like, get that off of him.
Okay, so Will, as you're trying to be like, okay, what do I like? Do I get the water out of it? Like, do I cast a spell? And Bammy goes to like pull on the plate armor. The person's eyes open and they start like just gaping, like they can't breathe. And they start to like get up, and they just squelch. Like water just like squishes out of like every crevice of the armor, out of the boots. Water is just like pouring out of their ears. And then they turn and look at you all and seem to like just stop.
Hello,
And, like they're
there.
shaking, but it's almost like they've been like forced to stop. And then they like lean over and start to stand up slowly, just like not breaking eye contact with you guys.
Oh, they're standing up on their own.
Yeah, they're going to start standing up.
Okay.
And Willow, I think as you're getting apprised of this situation, the type of armor they're wearing, it looks second, third, maybe fourth hand. And this person, like under all of like the swelling and like the discoloration, looks really young. Like this looks like it was probably somebody's squire once. And as the person starts standing up, it just seems like they're too heavy. Everything is like it's slow, and water is just squishing out of like the elbows of the armor. Like even though they're not being in the tide anymore, they're just full of water. And like just as they're staring at you guys, like their face just like is twisted in wretchedness and just like agony. And like, yes.
Can I roll an Arcana check to see if I can determine that this is not a natural thing? This is some sort of magical sort of stuff happening here.
I think I'll let you roll investigation.
Okay. 17.
It's hard to say. This looks as if the body of a drowned person was moving, like someone who's been submerged in water for a really, 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 really long time. Is moving, and that's not normal. But it's not necessarily an animated dead person.
How big are they? How big are they? Like
they're probably your height or smaller.
Okay.
So like 5'6", 5'5". I have no idea how tall Cole is actually. So this person like
I forget too. I think he's real short. I think he's like 5'2" or 3" or something.
Oh yeah, he's a little taller than you then. Yeah. So this person finishes standing up. And there seems to be some sort of like struggle, like as they're just like shaking, and water is just like dripping off of their hair, which was once braided, but is now just like this loose, messy, like giant single dread. And like these sponge soft hands go up to like their mouth and just like press. And as they do, just water like squishes out of the skin of their mouth and face and the skin of their fingers. And yeah, it's almost like they're trying to hold their mouth shut.
Okay.
What'd you say?
I'm just gonna. Sorry, go ahead first.
They haven't said anything.
No, they haven't. Like it looks like they're trying to hold their mouth shut. But as they're like, there's this struggle. Their mouth opens anyway, into this just like wide mouth scream almost, but no sound is coming out. And like their muscles are tense as if there's a hand pulling their jaw open.
Mm-hmm.
Where was I in my reading? I wrote this all down, you guys.
Oh man.
Blah, 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 blah. So water is seeping out of this body wherever it can. And as you guys are like looking at it, there's water streaking from their eyes, almost like tear tracks.
I'm gonna at this before they even get further, I'm gonna just like yell at Bammies, like throw them in the water or pull them in the water.
Yeah, Bammy would approach, see what they do.
From their open mouth, there's a hum that starts. This really low hum. And so, Bammy, as you're getting close, like, gonna get your hands underneath their shoulders. Very quickly, the hum deepens and gets louder and louder. And in an instant, the sound is a warbling, loud blaring, like a foghorn in your ears. And so you just instinctively have to cover your ears. But it's so loud that you still hear it, and it's just shaking you, rattling your skull. And it's so loud that it almost makes it hard to breathe. But in the noise, as you're just like trying to block it out, you hear the sound starting to like shake and like clip and round. Variations that somehow, after a few moments, turn into impossible words. And you hear this voice say, "What do you want?"
Well, first, it would be much appreciated if you would be... the sound suddenly kicked in and is very loud in my ears.
Okay, I will turn that down. How's that?
Better, thank you. Well, for one thing, can you turn the volume down? But, what is... You look like a dead person. You're not dead. What is going on?
I think the foghorn sound kind of like warbles in and out, like it goes down while you're talking, and then it goes loud again. Kind of like a walkie-talkie, like when it's your turn to talk, it goes down. It gets loud, and the voice says, I have sent a mite to converse with mites. Though mites you are, you have taken a flea of some use from me. But I am not of the capricious children you call gods. I'm not angry. In fact, this minuscule flock of gnats piques my interest. What are you doing here? What brings you into my sphere of influence? What do you want?
Does Bammy... Because Alex knows what's going on, but does Bammy have it figured out yet? Given that Bammy actually provided a lot of the info on the Aboleth...
I was just going to say, you guys talked about Aboleths extensively during your short rest.
Yep.
And you know quite a bit about how much they like slaves.
Yep. So, Bammy's going to say, you poisoned the water hole that we went to fix it. You should leave the people of this area alone.
And so the ant advises the king. I do as I will.
What do you hope to gain from poisoning this place?
Poison? And there's like the foghorn sound just kind of shakes like laughter, but it's not quite laughter. Oh gosh, what was I gonna... I lost my trail of thought. I'm improving it. Do you know who has been stopping my changes?
That's the universe correcting itself.
I sent my servant for a job, and there was some sort of blockage. You say you came to fix it. Do you know what was stopping my servant?
We didn't come to fix it. We came to learn what was happening.
And now you know.
But do we? What's your name?
And again is that laughter. We are many, and we have no use for names.
Well,
but
we have no use for big old butthead.
Oh my gosh, we're mortals. We do have use for names. It's kind of really big for us.
Yep.
And you use mortals, obviously, for your work. We just, raffle stomped one of them. So what name do you choose to use with your own people?
Sorry, Bammy, you were saying you were doing something.
Sorry.
At the whole, it being a grandiose, arrogant son of a cuss, Bammy's just going to take the Sagmalo and try and knock this mouthpiece's head off.
You're going to knock an innocent dude's head off?
It's probably really dead.
So, yeah, Cole says something in protest, but I mean, you will move
Cole
faster.
Did say they're alive.
Wait, did we actually say he's alive?
Yeah, but I mean, but Bammy sees what he sees, so that doesn't necessarily.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's gonna.
You can decide, Alex. Cole's gonna make a sound of protest, and he did say he was alive. So
maybe can we do an initiative thing, just throw it up to chance, whether I can make enough of a protest before he swings.
If you want, otherwise I was just gonna have Alex decide what Bammy would do.
I mean, it's melee. It can be non-lethal. Just try and knock it out that the thing stops talking through it.
That's true.
Okay.
Oh no.
I'll just say roll damage. It's not hard to hit this thing. It's not moving.
Yeah.
This person.
So let's see. That is 2d6 plus 4. 10 bludgeoning damage.
And you were aiming for what?
Oh, I was going for the head, but maybe just try and knock it on its face.
I'll say you do. There's as you hit it, the armor presses it and water just sprays out of it. There's a snapping sound. I'm just gonna assume you hit it in the shoulder, and young man, or whoever it was, falls over. The droning sound kind of cuts off, and then you hear this like this like sob, this like strangled sound.
Now you should take over.
And the body starts like trying to crawl toward the bay, toward the water.
Into the water?
Yeah, like trying to go back into the water. And as it does, it like stops, again shaking, and starts to stand up. And then turns around with an open mouth, and you hear that foghorn sound again. And then you hear the voice say, "The spider does not ask why you till your fields or shine your shoes. It would not understand."
You don't know spiders.
I think at this point, Amon is also like, well, the spider is flimsy and short-lived. It has simple needs and a simple mind. But if you were to ask something tougher, something longer-lived, something smarter... Again, I'm assuming y'all are trying to persuade it to tell you more information. And to Amon, the aboleth says, "You little nothing boy. You are just one of billions of grains of sand thinking it can resist the tide. I watched your anthill made, boy. I knew it before your queen was born. The rain is coming, little bug. Your queen will drown, as will you. Unless... Oh, yes. I have not had a slave of your kind for some time." And then the squire's body like jerks forward and like reaches for Amon and like just slaps onto his forearm, grabs him with like a sucking sound. And Amon needs to make a wisdom saving throw. What's his wisdom bonus? 1? That's a natural 1. Amon's face just goes stricken, and like the blood like falls from his face, and he's just like, his eyes start to like glaze over and his expression goes blank. But all of a sudden there's a crack like thunder. A crack like a polar ice sheet splitting in half and falling into the ocean. And if any of you were around Amon, the air suddenly gets very, very cold. And then another voice resounds from nowhere. The softest sharpness you've ever heard, like breath-light snow on ice-covered branches. "Oh, please, grandfather. This little stinging nettle is mine. Thank you so much for the information, though. Come now, Amon. I think this culminates your investigation, don't you?" And from where he stands, Amon is just calm and smirking, and the squire's hand on Amon's arm is starting to turn blue and crack. "As you wish, my queen," Amon says. And you can just catch green, piercing eyes sliding in a smirking face to look at you guys one last time, as the voice says, "So, what have you learned?" And Amon's body starts to fade. Just like where he stands, he's just starting to go like translucent and then transparent. And Amon says, "Well, we're going to have to talk." And Amon disappears. And as he does, the squire's hand just shatters. And whoever it is, the boy, just starts to like grabs the stump and screams. But then the scream turns into that hum. And the body freezes just where it's crouched over. And that first voice says, "So a squawking toddler takes her ball and goes home. Oh well. One less cut to pay. All the better. Now, you never answered me. What do you want?"
For you to shut the hell up and go the hell away.
Bammy, stop. And I was gonna like make sure that Bammy doesn't try to smack that person again.
Can I cast a spell?
Yes.
Okay.
You guys can do whatever you want.
I'm gonna cast sleep on the person in front of us.
Do it.
All right. Because I'm gonna say, for once, I think I agree with Bernard here. And yeah, I'm gonna cast sleep on him, which is I'm just gonna roll this roll 20.
While you're figuring that out, actually no, I should wait till afterwards. Never mind.
25 is the hit point, so
yeah. So the body in front of you, like in this silent like scream, holding the stump, like with the mouth wide open and that droning hum, it just like starts to waver and then just falls over in the sand. The mouth's still open and the hum's still going.
Question is my does my familiar still exist?
Oh, that's a good question. As you like take a second to be like, ping. Yeah, they're just like out in the bay. Like every time the tide comes in, they're like trying to get closer to you, but then like they get sucked back out into the water because they are a fish.
Oh no, buddy.
Do familiars have memory? Like, am I able to like know where we were?
Because you can telepathically communicate with it, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say yeah, because that's cool. As you like try and ping it, and it's trying to get closer to you. I think when it rides in on the tide and it gets within 100 feet of you, like you get these flashes of it like trying to swim with you guys. Like it's kind of panicking as you guys are just being sluiced along for what feels like a long time. And then you see it like it's from its vision, it's almost nauseating, like motions like this of it like getting tossed around in the water also. But it just kind of confirms what you vaguely remember.
Okay. Cool. Let me see if I can just dismiss it. Because I don't want
you can send it to a pocket dimension whenever you want, I think.
I don't want it to be in that situation. I'll just
get
it out.
I'm going home. So the humming sound continues, and then the voice says, because I think Bammy was like, we want you to shut up and go away. The voice says, that can be arranged. But what would I gain?
Can't follow us anymore now that the person's asleep, so we could just walk that way, and then we wouldn't be able to hear him after a bit. And I turn around and start walking that direction.
Okay.
Do you know Alan?
I grab Vivi and bring her with me too.
Mm-hmm. Do you know Alan? Are you asking the sleeping person? Or the aboleth, rather?
Yeah.
I don't recognize the name. Is that who sent you?
We were sent to find out what happened to the oasis.
I'm changing it.
Why?
To improve it.
From what to what?
I think it would just repeat itself, the line about the spider. The spider doesn't ask you why you do things because it wouldn't be able to understand.
While they're discussing, Will's gonna like lean down and like check out the body of the person who's sleeping.
Uh-huh.
And is gonna try to sense emotions on it.
Okay.
All right, and while Willow's doing that, like Cole's just gonna like keep asking questions to the thing, like maybe hopefully distracting it from whatever Willow is doing.
Okay.
Yeah. She's gonna like think about like sensing the emotions, but then she's also gonna like make sure it's not like bleeding out because it doesn't have an arm anymore.
It's very much like it's frozen. Like it was like it was frozen off. So it's not like bleeding out or anything.
Okay.
Hold on, I gotta look up something really quick.
Okay, let me.
Never mind. Do you want to click Sense Emotions for me?
There it is.
Yay! Doesn't
That's a
say
cantrip?
Conscious. No, it's not, but for her it is.
Oh, nice. Sick. Awesome.
Okay, so as you're looking over this person, this whole time, like since you saw them, like their skin's been really shiny, they've been like seeping water all over. But as like the minutes have started to pass, as you've been kind of knocking them over and freezing their hand off and talking to the aboleth, the body has been like leaking and dripping, and you realize literally drying out before your eyes. So as you're looking them over, like the skin was shiny, but now it's parched and starting to like flake and peel off in places.
Oh, no.
And even in sleeping, the body kind of convulses and starts to like cough and choke and like spits up water a little bit. And sensing emotions, they're unconscious, but you sense...
Can I sense other emotions?
You can sense fear and sadness and pain, if that's an emotion. Like, ouch, I'm in pain. That's not an emotion, but I think it is. But that all seems like pressed away, like almost as if in their skull, like someone blew up a balloon and pressed their emotions to the side. And most of what you sense is just this vacuous, almost smoky feeling of just like trying to hold smoke, like trying to catch water in a sieve, like you can't fathom it.
Yeah. Okay.
Where did we leave off with the aboleth? I can't remember. Oh, Cole's asking questions.
Yeah.
I think at one point the aboleth finally... I don't know how far away Cade and Genevieve are going. If you're just like safe distance, like still watching, or what?
If this is like the beach, I assume there's like dunes and then like the whatever the solid ground is, the level uneroded ground is above. Okay, I'd probably go bring... assuming that Vivi's come with me, I'm bringing her like to past the dunes so that we can't see that anymore.
Okay. So as you're asking questions, Cole, at one point it's going to be like, you seem unwell. I can help you.
Go on.
Would you like help? Do you want it?
Well, I mean, I appreciate help in any and all its forms, but what are you suggesting?
I can cure what ails you. What has seeped into your blood, your bones. And there's like some like slight mockery, like bones.
I know, they're funny.
I can cure it.
How?
We named this planet. We have watched its parasites swarm and die, worthless in perpetuity. There's nothing I don't know.
Why would you help me?
For trade.
For what?
Leave the oasis alone. Tell me who has been protecting it.
All right, listen, pal. I already have that deal right now. where I will get healed if I just share some information on what happened in the Oasis and sharing who's involved, that sort of thing. So you're going to have to do considerably better than that.
Roll persuasion for me.
Okay. Flat D20. Oh God, 17. That's really good for Cole.
That's really good for anybody except Genevieve. Yeah. I think the foghorn stops, and I think sleep only lasts for a minute. Is that right?
I think so.
So the body wakes up and again just starts like choking and like convulsing, and like starts like with its stumpy hand and its actual hand again starts trying to like claw towards the water. Again, it can't breathe. Acting like it can't breathe. And as it's like going through the sand, like you can see it like just the sand is sandpapering its skin off. Like it has gotten so dry. And then it stops and the humming comes back. And the aboleth says, I can make it so you're never in this situation again. Yes, Bammy?
So Bammy is going to go just pick up the body and try and toss it into the water.
Okay. You do.
Yeah, and then... I think what we whispered is going to happen, so...
Okay.
Going to make use of Bammy's strength for that, but then as Bammy turns back around and looks at Cole, you hear a different voice, and it's just... Oh, Cole, don't make deals with entities you don't understand. It's nothing more than a glorified eel. We already have the antidotes waiting for us back in Pointov. Let's get a move on and get back to Alan.
Insight check?
You may roll an insight check.
Okay.
What are you looking for?
So the question that I'm trying to answer is, the fuck?
Okay, good. Roll your insight check.
All right, 9.
That doesn't sound like Bammy. That sounds way more articulate than Bammy.
Yeah.
But I think Defa still remains.
All right.
Willow was right there and heard that as well, and she's flabbergasted, but is also.
You may roll an insight as well.
Okay. That was very good.
You guys.
I think I do. I keep rolling so bad. A 9. So the same thing.
Yeah, that ain't Bammy. That don't seem like Bammy. So
I think I'm just gonna be like caught off guard.
Mm-hmm. There is much to talk about, but I don't know if now's the time for it. The sun is setting. Bammy recognizes... Does Bammy actually recognize this place, being an Outlander and having traveled over? And it's just like, It's going to take a bit to get back to Pointov. Let's get a move on. Maybe after you all have received the antidote as well. Because Bammy's already been cured. I took care of that last night. We need to get you all cured, and once you are all out of danger, then we can discuss. I did not want to reveal myself this early, or perhaps even ever, but again, glorified eel. Don't go making deals with it. And then you just kind of a blink, and Bammy is there and just like, is it gone?
I'll just say it into the water. Like,
we'll talk later.
Into the water.
Yeah, just like eyes locked with Bammy, but just like, yeah, we'll talk later. And then I'll just follow Bammy, I guess.
Bammy looks at the sun and says, like, we need to get a move on if we want to make it back in a reasonable hour.
Cole, as you say that, you hear a slight droning sound from the ocean. And that's it. No words in it, just the sound.
Okay.
Looking in the direction where the body got tossed, is it gone? Did it go under the water? Is it trying to get back up?
It's got pretty good passive perception, right? Yeah, you do. If you want to roll an active perception?
Yeah. Just gonna like follow the others, but also gonna like look at back and be like, what? Perception. That's 13.
Okay. Bammy threw it, and instead of floating like a normal body would, it sunk. Like immediately. It was like sploosh gone. But as you've been looking back, I'd say you probably get like 20 yards away, like going up almost like to the crest of the hill to meet up with Kate and Genevieve. And as you look back, you see like a head poke out of the water and look after you guys. And then you see several dozen other heads poke up out of the water. And all of them recede back and don't follow.
Okay. Can I do a retroactive history check to see if I recognize the armor where that person might like maybe the style of where they're from?
Absolutely.
Regionally?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my lord! With a +8, I have a 10.
Literally, the DC was 10. It is from Dunroan, but not only Dunroan. Now that you're like thinking about it, like it was hand-me-down armor of Dunnar make. But you remember seeing like a tucked in blue scarf soaked with water, like almost disappearing down into the armor. But based on like the embroidery and a crest you could just barely see, this person was at one point a trainee of the King's Own Knights of Dunroan.
Okay. All right. Cool.
You guys now have all caught up to each other.
Can I do something before they catch up?
Yes, you absolutely can. You guys are walking. Kate, Genevieve, what's up?
Okay. Just as soon as we're out of sight, I just turn to Genevieve and say, "What's up?"
I do not say anything.
Hello. You awake? What's wrong?
I don't think I can do this.
Which part?
All of it. What are we doing?
I have to say, I don't fucking know anymore. I guess pissing off Aboleth? Listen, we don't have to stick around with these people. We can just keep walking.
We can't. I did not come this far to die. Because if the poison doesn't kill us, and if the monster doesn't kill us, something will. This is...
I stand up, since we're near the dunes, I kind of stand a little bit like up on the dunes. I'm close to eye level with her. I just reach out and put a hand on her shoulder. And I say, "We're going to be fine. All right?
What if we're not?
We're going to be, because we always have. Since we met, we've dealt with shit. We're going to keep dealing with shit. One day all the shit's going to be gone."
You say always like that's been a very long time. I cannot die now. I cannot be poisoned and die. I cannot let it... It's a scary, weird monster. There are things I have to tell you. There are things that you don't know.
Well, I think that goes two ways, and we should talk once we get back. But you're fine. We're okay. We're safe. Whatever that thing is, it missed its chance.
Except with poison.
She says that. I'm going to give this one more try because I have a second level spell slot left. So I'm just going to quickly sort of guidance myself and just grip onto her shoulder and once again try with all my might to protection from poison on her using my last second level spell slot. I don't remember what the roll was last time you had me roll for it.
Oh gosh, I think it was just a wisdom check. So it was D20 plus your wisdom plus your proficiency. So technically a spell casting check, I guess.
Okay. With the guidance. That's an 18.
That is literally just enough. So this time you have that same feeling of like reaching into a pool of water and trying to grab something at the bottom. But this time, instead of getting that feeling of like you're reaching and you don't know where it is and the water just, you like that feeling of getting, like if you reach too far, you'll get submerged. This time you clasp your mental hand around something and then you just pull. And Genevieve, you can feel the magic of Cade just like a pouring water over you. Like someone's pouring like a comfortably warm pitcher of water over your head. And that cold feeling in your fingertips, that like mind numbness that you've been feeling since you woke up this morning, it all just pours off of you. Like just runs off of you like water. And you feel like you again.
I think I'm probably like the exhaustion from that. I probably am like breathing heavily at that point, and I kind of steady myself probably on her a bit, and just say, "See, totally fine."
I give him a big ol' hug.
He's a little sweaty.
That's okay.
Oh,
I just do my face like this, so I don't smell him.
I love you, but oh gosh. I think I want this to be the moment when everybody like crests the hill and you just see Genevieve and Cade just hugging it out.
Oh, that's the sweetest.
And Cole just expectingly.
Oh, I give Cole a hug too.
Oh, okay.
Is the thing gone?
No.
I don't hear it, so that's a good sign.
I don't know that I saw the heads. I don't know that I did. Was that just Willow?
It was just Willow because she asked to look back and look for him. So I think you guys, the rest of you guys were just kind of trekking on.
Yeah, I mean, Bambi threw it into the water and there's something else out there. But it's not following us, so...
Yeah, I don't think it's gone. But maybe we can be.
I would very much like to be gone right now.
Yeah, let's get back to the oasis and sleep, or I guess talk to Albert.
I think we can sleep first. Maybe.
Well, I'm worried about Blue. We should tell her.
Yeah, because this thing might be gunning for her next.
Yeah.
Can I make an observation? I think this thing thinks that we know what's going on. So if we're going to inform Blue, I think it should be very surreptitious, because if there are any spies or anything, and they see us talking to her, there might be some sort of 2 and 2 put together, if you know what I mean. So for the safety of Blue, I think it's a good idea that none of us just go to her and talk to her, unless we can do so in a way that we can't be watched.
I can
do this.
Oh, there you go. You can do it.
Or you can do this.
I was going to say I could do it, but either way, it's fine.
We can do this.
Okay, because I mean, I figure she's gonna get the picture that the oasis is fine now eventually, without us having to tell her anything. But I think it's important that she knows that something is looking for her. And we did not. Oh my gosh, guys! I completely forgot that there's still the opening leading to that thing. It's still there.
Well, maybe the killing that creature is enough to restore whatever balance was in that place before.
But I mean, for now, but they could come up with another one, I'm sure.
I creature seemed pretty determined to change the oasis.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. When we were talking to, oh man, I'm so bad with names. Guy with the cat. Whistle, yeah. Mentioned some stuff happening south of us and weird phenomena and stuff like that. So maybe we go ask if they might be able to lend a hand around here and keep up the barrier, or figure out what's going on there. This feels like a bigger problem than just the one little watering hole.
Keep everyone safe.
I think that'd be a good idea. I think we should let them know about it. I think we should be very careful about how we inform you know who.
Mm-hmm. I think we've got that covered. We can let them know. And maybe we get out of Dodge after we cure ourselves to make sure we're not going to die in a few days.
Well, we investigated the oasis as asked, so surely Mr. Allen will now provide the antidote.
This time we did the thing he asked us to do.
And just Cole just stares at Bammy as Bammy's talking about like, oh, good, get the antidote, and like calls up.
Bammy doesn't. Well, he might notice you're looking at him weird, but
Cole, why are you making your thinking face?
Were you not there for that?
Nope, okay. Kate and Genevieve did not see that.
Yeah.
You're making your
stressed there is the mental party
face.
line if you all.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and you could exclude Bam if you wanted.
Yep.
I don't think I can initiate that though. Can I?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I can. Okay.
Willow, back me up on this. Explain to them what we saw.
And Bammy is he's exploded on this one.
So Bammy, as far as you know, everyone's just kind of hanging out and then like turning over and just like whispering behind their hands.
Yeah, as we're whispering, like I'll do like chew.
I know Bammy's preoccupied with tracking the sun.
Sure.
Yeah, like how long is it gonna take us to get back?
Can we say we're traveling while we're having this conversation?
Yeah, you're walking and talking.
Walking and talking.
And Bammy, you're gathering drinkable water and food and stuff.
I used my mask of many faces to make my face look like my face, but like I have not been crying.
Yes. I like it. Oh. So you guys showed up with Genevieve and Kate and they are normal. So we had a nice hug and that's it.
Excellent. Willow, how about you describe what you saw?
Well, Bammy started talking differently. He sounded different and, well, he used really smart words.
Oh dear.
Yeah, it was weird. Did
you hear that? That was like so many rooms away. I need to find out what that was. Sorry, continue with the game.
What was I saying? He acted differently and he referred to himself in third person, like it was very strange. But he didn't sound like himself, and he said that he already got the antidote somehow.
I just sort of surreptitiously kind of look Bammy over his facing the other direction to see if he has any head wounds.
Nope, no head wounds.
It was really weird. I mean, there was a lot of weird things going on at the same time, though. So I don't know.
Maybe Bammy is like messing with you? I don't know. No, I don't feel like Bammy would do that.
No, I almost want to say it was not Bammy, but I mean,
like he was
possessed.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I read the book about the possession once.
I don't know, man. A lot of weird stuff's been happening in the last 20 minutes, so probably just need to digest this for a bit.
Well, did you ask him?
I don't remember what we didn't say anything.
She did say that
We just snapped out of it and then was like, we should go.
Yeah, she did mention that there probably would be conversation after getting everyone cured.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
Hit.
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 Well, I mean, if it was Bammy or whatever it was, they said that we should discuss it later. It was really weird.
So not like Bammy was just like doing a voice or something. I know people that are very, very good at that.
I mean, maybe.
Yeah.
I've never heard Bammy talk that way.
Well, if whoever it was wanted to talk about it, then we should do that.
Yeah.
I guess if we show up and he has the antidote, then no, he's not full of shit, so that's something. Otherwise, Bammy might just have swallowed a little too much seawater.
I don't think you give Bammy enough credit.
Maybe.
I'm sure Cole had some things to say at this point.
Sure.
Probably.
Yeah, it was weird.
One time I read
about possession, it was sort of like this, but usually there has to be like a ghost involved, so like I don't know if the ghost is already in there or what.
Well, I think we talked to this person.
All right.
Okay, but I mean, like, how do you plan on going about doing that?
I don't know. I guess we just wait till they show up.
Maybe we should ask for them.
Knock, knock, hello?
Hello? I would like to
Knock
talk
on
to
Bammy's face. Hello?
other Bammy, please. You know what? I will think of something. Give me a few minutes.
Okay. And then you're all just traveling. And you're actually really far from Point of.
Yeah. It's gonna be
Like-
a journey.
Really far.
Like a couple days.
Like, at least a couple days.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah,
yeah. We're just gonna...
Well, good thing Bammy was gathering up water.
Yeah.
And some
So you guys travel for a ways, and Bammy's like, this is a good camping spot. I also got this water and food. Nice mama lizard over here. I'm assuming you guys set up camp. And just camp. Is there anything you want to do at night? Otherwise, I'll just morning it.
No, not really.
I keep watch mostly and read my book. Because I
Great.
don't sleep.
Oh. Let's do this. So, Bammy, while you were getting some food and foraging and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
you also found something. It is. Yep. You found. Okay, so there's a person who had died a long time ago in the wilderness, basically, and you were like, "Oh, that sucks." Also, I'm gonna get their stuff, and so you found a pouch that looks almost like a coin purse or something, like a little burlap sack with like a little twine wrapped around it. You open it up, and it's got some like crumpled up leaves and stuff in it, like almost looks like an herb sack or something. And you're like, I don't know, this might be helpful. And so you grab it and you pocket it. And that's the loot drop from Kitty from episode 3. So from 2 episodes ago. I'm still gonna get to the one that happened today, but it hasn't happened yet. There you go. So you come back to camp, you got food and stuff, and also a pouch of herbs.
Yeah, I would give it to Cole, who could presumably ritually cast Identify on it. I assume he has.
He probably will.
That.
I'll have him do that when he gets back.
Yep.
But yeah, you guys slept. Genevieve, you keep watch. Roll me a perception check, please.
Oh, good. Because when you said you keep watch, I was going to say, not very well.
We'll see.
Ooh, I rolled 19.
Yeah, no, you keep watch real well.
Well, wait, -1.
You keep watch
18.
real well. Real well. Not real well, but real well.
Pretty well.
It's a nice, quiet day in the desert. I'm gonna get rid of our creepy music. How's that sound? Where's my... Here, campfire sounds. Yeah, there we go. Is that too much bug sound? Oh well. Desert comes alive at night. You hear some bugs. You hear some birds. You're hanging out in your tent. Every now and then you'll like look out. And you see a little burrowing desert owl like hopping around, being all cute. Sees you and it's like burrows into the dirt, all cute. Like
I'm going like, hi. Oh, okay.
I'm assuming Genevieve has a tent. She's Genevieve.
She's got a tent. There's tent involved.
You see Bammy sleeping under his blanket in the dirt. Maybe not even with a blanket.
Bother with the blanket.
He's just sleeping in the dirt.
I do every time I take a peek outside, kind of like check in on Bammy.
Is he still Bammy? Yeah, he's snoring.
Like see if he's acting different.
No, he's just sleeping. He's a sleepy lizard.
Okay.
And every now and then, when the desert wind blows, you hear what almost sounds like a whisper that you can't quite make out. And that's it.
Okay.
And then morning comes. And I'm going to turn off my music that I just turned on. Goodbye, campfire. Goodbye, nighttime. Here we go. There we go. It's daytime. And you guys... Oh, wait. Who needs to make constitution checks? Not Genevieve. Cole does. Bammy doesn't. And Cade does.
Yeah.
Constitution saving throw, please.
Say 6.
So today you wake up and you don't feel great. Your head feels kind of fuzzy. Your mouth feels kind of dry, like cotton mouthy. And your fingertips feel a little numb. And as you kind of like press on them, like, maybe they're just cold. I just got to get some blood going in them. They're a little bit blue. I guess I don't want to roll for Cole. He'll roll when he gets back. Who knows how Cole's feeling. And you guys set out for a day of traveling. And you travel. Anything you want to do today?
Will's gonna be looking around to see if Amon shows back up.
He doesn't. You're also welcome to talk about that if you want to.
Yeah, after I guess after they've been traveling a while, he's probably just gonna I'm trying to think who she would want to talk to about that. Probably grab Genevieve. Hey, Countess.
Yes, sister.
You guys knew Amon briefly.
Yes.
Do you know anything about what just happened back there? Like why? I'm a little worried.
He hides sometimes. That's kind of all I've got. No, I have no idea. But it is worrisome.
Oh, Genevieve.
Oh, yes.
I'm just going to point out that the word queen was used a few times. And that tickles your face senses.
Okay.
That's all I've got for you. Something fey happened.
Oh, okay. Okay.
As in the fey queens.
Nope, I thought you said face senses, like my face.
Your face senses.
And I was like, yeah. My face was concerned. Well, I don't know if it's really my place to say, but we sort of, I don't know, we became friends with Amon knowing that we had similar interests, I guess, but the mention of a queen is concerning to me.
Yeah, I feel like I don't remember him mentioning somebody like that, so...
Well, he never mentioned much.
That's true, he was quiet about some things.
I think it's worth telling you that some of us are... You know, like you have your god, your goddess, right?
Yes.
Some of us are connected to things like that. But different.
Yeah, you mentioned your lady before.
I did, yeah. I don't know, he did not speak of it much, but Amon is very interested in things like that.
Well, maybe he'll meet back up with us. I don't know, it just seemed really sudden.
Some of our ladies can be that way. That's what concerns me. It is kind of you to worry after him.
I mean, I worry about everybody.
That must be very hard.
Sometimes. But the lady helps me.
As does mine. Maybe we should ask our ladies for help. They might know something.
It's a good idea.
So you're gonna do that?
Yeah, so Willow says her prayers in the evening. So I feel like that she might have prayed about that. She
Last
prayed
night.
about a lot of things last night.
Yeah, probably. Pardon me, but a lot of weird crap just happened.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, so you want to make me a wisdom check?
Okay. I'm not going to use this die anymore. That's a 9.
Oh, geez.
Ah, jeez.
You get a nice warm feeling. Man, that sounds hard.
But no deeper insights.
Not today.
Not today. All right.
I'm also gonna try one.
Yeah?
I don't think it's... Well, I don't think it's praying.
No.
It's
not.
I don't know what it is. Concentrating really hard.
Kind of like meditating, maybe?
Yeah.
I think you also have to do some sort of like offering or like some sort of ritualistic thing that you do. I don't know, some sort of blood magic maybe.
Yeah, no, I'm just thinking while everyone is asleep.
Yes.
I think I don't know.
Oh.
Well.
Nope, go ahead. It's fine. I'm sorry.
Okay. I will, in my tent that I have, while everyone is asleep, I think I'm going to sit down for a little bit and just like concentrate really, really hard, and nothing probably happens. And then I want to take out my sickle. Yes. Oh, Okay, yeah.
And do something? Do you want to be vague?
No, I just wanted to think about it for a second. I'm going to take out my sickle and just think really hard and say, I know you're listening. I know you're there somewhere. You're great and beautiful and just the best ever. And say some really nice things. And then I want to like run my hand along it. Just enough to cut like my palm just a little bit. But it hurts. Oh jeez. $20 total.
Well. Okay, so you run your hand along the sickle and you just like kind of get like a scratch, but at like the very end of like your pinky, you just barely nick it. And you get like a drop of blood and it just stays on the tip of your sickle, like literally a perfect beaded circle. And then it breaks and falls down your sickle's edge, but instead of like this red rivulet, the sickle's edge turns mirror clear. Perfectly reflective. And as you kind of turn it and like it catches some candlelight or lantern light or whatever, it flashes in your eyes and you have this vision of being back in a beautiful grove. And the bright light is this figure across from you that you can't quite look at. Just so stunning, literally stunning, that you can't quite look at her all the way. And kind of crosses one leg over the other, puts her hands on her knees. So what was it you wanted to know?
Our friend disappeared.
Yeah. Winter Fae are like that.
Do you know where he went?
Sort of. He's a ladrin, so he just came home.
Oh.
So that voice you heard, that was Mab. She's a bit of a stick in the mud.
Oh.
But, you know, she's the queen over there, so...
Can we get him back?
She kind of gestures around at, like, the warmth, the fireflies, the sun. I'm a bit of a summer girl myself. I'd really rather not.
That's fair.
Don't worry, dear. He's probably fine. I mean, I'd rather not be in Mab's clutches. She's very... cold. But he's probably fine.
I don't know. It seems like he likes that sort of thing, so...
Yeah.
Well, we just wanted to know he was okay.
Well, as okay as Winter Fae can be. They're a bit calculating and stuff like that, so...
That seems right.
You're so sweet, dear. I like you so much. She leans forward and kind of like boops you on the nose. You barely knew him, dear.
Well, he helped us.
When are you going to bring your man to visit me?
Soon?
All right. Well, go on back now. And put a bandage on that. And then she kind of like tosses her hair a little bit and like with that flash of light, you like blink and you're back in your tent.
Thank you. Holy crap. Kate.
What?
Kate, wake up.
What?
I saw her.
Saw who?
Her.
Her?
My lady.
Her?
Her.
Where?
The same place you met her.
It's complicated.
What did she have to say?
Amon is fine. Maybe. Mab has him.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Wait, dude's done for.
No, but like
No, like seriously. I mean, it's.
No, I think maybe he's like one of them.
Oh.
She said
Listen.
Well, wait. There's more.
Oh.
She said he was, Eladrin.
That makes sense.
It does now that I think about it.
The mood swings. Yeah, no, that definitely makes sense.
But Mab has him.
Yeah, no.
I mean, he's probably fine.
Sure.
I think maybe he likes that kind of thing.
Maybe. I didn't know. I don't really spend that much time there, so I like the warmer areas a little bit better.
But she talked to me.
Well, she's talked to you before, right?
Like once.
Say anything else?
She asked when I was going to bring you to meet her.
All right. So you told her about me?
Well, I think she just kind of knows some things.
Oh, that makes sense. Well, all right. Sounds like fun. It'd be nice to go there together someday, so.
She talked to me.
You're not going to let me go back to sleep now, are you?
No, you can go to sleep.
We should talk about it some more, though, when I've had a full night's sleep. I had just the strangest dream. I was swimming, and there were just like these creatures everywhere, and there was this big crab monster, and some dude got his arms frozen off, and it was just ridiculous.
That's weird.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm going back to bed.
Okay, give him a little kiss on the forehead. I'll be here when you wake up.
I lay back on the ground and pull my hat over my head.
You cuties. Okay, so now it's morning. And now Genevieve and Willow are talking. Yeah, that's so weird what happened with the mom. Okay, I don't know if you guys want to continue that conversation at all.
Yes. Willow. I whispered everything.
Yes.
Did you pray to your lady? Did she say anything? Any gossip?
Not exactly. More of a feeling. I haven't really. It's not like talking face to face, really.
Oh, that must be confusing.
Sometimes, but you know, with practice and over time, you sort of, yeah, you understand better, I guess.
So, I think Amon might be beholden to a Fae Queen.
Okay. And that was maybe the lady that we heard talking?
Maybe.
Okay.
It's just a feeling, you know. Also, I know a lot about the Fae. But I think that's maybe where he is.
That makes sense. Yeah, I don't know that much about the Fae, but you seem like you know a lot, and so
yeah. I think he's okay-ish. I don't really know.
Well,
he's alive, probably.
Well, it's better than nothing, I guess. Yeah, I think you're right. I bet he's alive. And he's probably doing fine.
Yeah, he's probably fine.
I just worry too much.
I think you worry just the right amount. But maybe we keep looking into it. And if he wants to come home, we can get him. I don't know. I don't really know how this works. But I think he's okay.
Okay.
Okay. So, Bammy, Cade, Cole, anything you want to do this fine morning? Bammy, do you like gather breakfast and you're just like cooking everybody a wilderness breakfast?
Yeah, probably some hares or something. And I mean,
yucca?
Yes, yucca. All the yucca. Yeah, now that Ryan is back, we can maybe do the I found this. Can you tell me what this is?
Yeah.
Handing you the pouch.
Bizarre.
And suddenly, Cole, you know what it is. I don't even know why. I hide these things because I know you're just gonna identify it later. Here we go. You have the handout in your inventory, PS.
Yeah, it's vaguely brown, green, and black. These shriveled fibers probably could be smoked. Not like I would do that. I wasn't in college that long, but let's see. This is I
feel like I wrote this weird now that I'm looking at it again.
Okay, so
the first paragraph is about how to make it.
Yeah.
This is dumb. I'm changing this. Basically, you can smoke it, and it can just be like a fun smoke, or you can smoke it, and you can see, hear, and speak with spirits of the departed that are in the area.
Well, that's pretty tight, tight dang right there. So, cool.
And I'd say this pouch has...
It's clear that no one's invited Cole to any of these parties at this point.
I'd say this pouch probably has 3 uses.
Okay. Yeah, I impart that this lets you speak to the dead, to Bammy specifically, but always with the that side eye. Cool.
That may prove useful at some point. I don't know. I guess sometimes maybe the dead have useful things to say.
Oh, do they?
I don't know. I just said maybe. You're acting very strange, little one.
In what way?
Here, have some breakfast. You're not you when you're hungry.
That's true. Nom 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 nom.
Sorry, I was fixing my handout to correct what I originally thought was a good idea, but decided was a bad idea. Okay, I'll need to put that it's 3 uses. I'll put that at the bottom. Here, the number 3, because I don't feel like typing anymore.
So I have 3 uses of smoke with dead.
Yep, smoke with dead. But also, it's not necessarily just like, you don't necessarily have to go to like a cemetery or be around a dead body. It's not necessarily speak with dead. Like, who knows who'd be around?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right, then Bammy knows that I have 2 uses of that. And I have parceled away 1 for myself then.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's morning. You guys travel again for the rest of the day. And you get back to Point Up. Is there anything else you wanted to do when out in the wilderness, or just that? I think there's something else I wanted to do here.
Have we leveled?
You have not. I was going to say yes, but then you're all still kind of... Oh, Cole, could you roll me a Constitution check, please, my dude?
Yeah, my dude.
I mean, saving throw. Constitution saving throw.
Yeah. I know. 6.
Oh, geez, Cole. So remember how yesterday you kind of had like sort of a headache and it was hard to think about things? And you sort of felt a little bleh. Well, today you definitely have like this persistent headache and your fingertips are kind of numb and a little blue. And you have 1 point of exhaustion.
Okay. Also, while I'm kind of exhausted, and Amon's gone, so I have to do this myself. I'm gonna get more blood.
Okay, make a medicine check.
Okay.
Are you going anywhere secret to do
Wait,
this?
hold on.
You did that right.
That was a 15, but does exhaustion? I clicked exhaustion, but that didn't give.
It sure does give you disadvantage.
Yeah, I thought it would have done that automatically, but it did not.
Is Cole going somewhere secret? Are you doing this in your tent in the morning, or are you like, did you go to breakfast and you're just gonna like? How's Cole doing this? Just roll like a 1 or something on your next roll. Inquiring minds must know.
Well, I think you probably would have done the same day, the day before, like the night before.
Oh, but yeah, you're good. Just like you did the other time. Yeah.
Yeah. So
15 is fine. You get it. You get another vial.
Yeah. So I rolled a 19 on my second one, so 15 with disadvantage.
Yeah, you're good. You got
That's amazing. Because I mean, I have a bonus, but.
Good job, Cole.
But Chaos Gods were with me today.
You know what? Frankly, it's probably because you bled yourself last night that you failed your Constitution check in the morning.
Yeah.
But yeah, you've got another vial of blood.
Cool.
Okay, so you guys travel. You get to Point Of. It's like evening. And you're there. Welcome. Oh, let me change the sounds.
Oh, we weren't back in Pontov yet? I'm just doing this on the road.
You're just camping.
Okay. Well, that's weird of me, but that's okay.
I forgot that you weren't here for that part. It took 2 days. You guys.
Nah, it's my bad. I had to leave. I'm sorry. Cool. But yeah, it still stands. Cool.
So you guys are Point Of now.
All right.
Probably go to Mr. Allen and get the antidote.
Did y'all break while I was away, or did you need to break now?
No, we could break now. We could break now and level. Let's do that. Okay, bye.
Be right back.
Welcome back, everybody. What a lovely break we just had. We're all so refreshed and ready to go again. So just a little mini announcement, reminder, I'm not sure what to call this. Thank you, Kitty Sparkle, for the loot drop that we had. Sorry it took me 2 episodes to get to it. Thank you for the one that you bought today. I will get to it. Hopefully not in 2 episodes. And I love you all. But okay, so now we're just going to go back into the city of Point Of, where our party has just arrived after a long day of traveling. Click. It worked. I don't think this is the one I want, but I'm going to leave it. It's fine. So you guys arrive. The city is hustling and bustling as usual, but it's been a long day of traveling. And you did have your rooms at the Raj's Round for a week, so...
My bath!
Your bath. The little kids draw you up your bath again. And you guys go back in there, and you can get a nice rest. And everybody's level 4 now.
Oh,
Welcome to level 4, everyone. How does it feel? More powerful?
Man, this feels like 20% of where I want to be.
About 20%.
Roughly speaking.
So you guys rest for the night and wake up.
Cole's voice gets lower.
It was also Cole's birthday.
He's a man now.
Yeah. So you guys wake up in the morning and you're in Point Of, and I hate this track. For that voice, it's like blah, blah. I hate it every time.
Oh, it's so good though.
No, I think this one has the cow. Maybe not. I can't even hear this one.
Oh, I love the cow.
Oh, there's isn't there more than one track? I don't know where it comes from. It's like it's this nice little ambient city sound, and then like every 98 seconds, there's like this really loud carriage that runs through. It's
yes,
like,
it bothers me every time.
It's so ridiculous.
Is this the city sound I want? It's pretty quiet. Ugh, whatever. I'll use the annoying one. Here we go.
Quiet down, gosh.
I know,
These
there's
people.
So I'll quiet them. I don't know if that was too much. Anyway, it's morning. I don't know how many times I have to say it. You guys are free to do whatever you want.
I assume we would all like to talk to Mr. Allen.
Okay.
I say over breakfast, I guess.
Yes, we need to get you all healed. We are poisoned, though. I have not felt very ill these past few days, but Cole and Cade, you do not look so well.
Oh, Cole and Cade, roll me some Constitution saving throws.
I feel like absolute butt right now. But I roll an 18 despite that. Oh, but should that be? No, it's not saving throws. Never mind.
Yeah. So, Cole, you still feel the same sort of persistent headache that tagged you all day yesterday. Your fingers are still a little blue. Cade.
21.
Yeah, you still feel that persistent, like, fuzzy-headedness. Your fingertips are still a little blue, but you haven't seemed to have gotten any worse.
You can say ass, Cole.
No. Thank you.
The night before, not night before, like the morning before I come down to breakfast, could I have done a couple things?
Yes. What would you like to do?
Could I have tried to extract from this Allen's device the valuable stuff?
Yes. Roll me a check. It's going to be... Oh, geez. Intelligence or dexterity? Let's see here. I'm going to go with dexterity.
Okay.
And proficiency.
Okay, cool. So this plus, what are we at? 3? No,
So
2.
D20
It's
plus
still
your dex
2.
plus proficiency.
So 2 plus, oh my God, just 8.
That's it?
Yeah, it's just 8.
Are you proficient in
I'm sorry,
dexterity?
10. It's a 10. Well,
Okay,
it's
that's a little better.
It's a 10, but it's a 8 plus proficiency, so 10.
So I'll say that you get the fragment of Dragon Shard and the fragment of Skyrock, but there's some obvious scratching and damage inside of the device.
Okay. All right. So Dragon Shard and what else? Sorry.
Skyrock.
Skyrock. And I'm gonna be like, oh crap.
Like, it's pretty obvious.
Okay.
Like, one of the symbols on the side can't be read anymore because there's like this big old gouge through it.
With an would I surmise that if Alan saw this, if the script is carved out, is it supposed to not work?
Oh, well, the magic's not going to work because you took out the Dragon Shard and Skyrock.
Right. But if I hadn't done that and there was just a scratch,
no, it would still work.
okay. All right. Okay, then I'm just gonna cast Nistel's magic aura over it.
Yeah, remind me what that do?
You place an illusion on an object you touch so that divination spells reveal false information about it. Skip. False aura. Let's see. Actually, which one do I want to use? Yeah, I think I want to use false aura. You change the way the target appears to spells and magical effects, such as detect magic that detects magical auras. I can make a non-magical object appear magical, a magical object appear non-magical, blah, 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 blah. So what I'm going to do is make this broken thing appear magical.
Yep.
And I can also change it to where it appears to belong to a specific school of magic that I choose. And let's see. Yep. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to match it to the school of magic that Blue was using with protect from evil and good.
I think that's enchantment.
I believe it was an enchantment. I can look at it. Protection from evil and good. It's abjuration, actually.
My bad.
So I'm going to make it appear like abjuration.
Okay. Great. Love it. I'm all for this. Okay. So you do that. You guys have a lovely breakfast.
And I'm going to be like,
eggs and oatmeal.
Oh boy.
And I, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to hand it to Gwen. Nope, that's a different game.
Who is that?
Genevieve. I was like,
Oh.
I'm lying here so you can insight this. I'm like,
I was looking at this. I promise I didn't check the spell, so I didn't ruin this, but I did drop it.
and I'm gonna point to like the kind of the scuff marks, like,
you're much better than people than I am. Like, maybe you can like smooth things over with Alan.
Oh no! If he says he dropped it, I believe him.
Okay.
Well, I did already tell him it didn't work very well once, so I think I can work with this.
Thanks.
Okay, so you guys going straight to Alan's after your hearty breakfast?
I want to just like, I don't know if like the oasis is on the way, but
It
maybe
is.
like see if I see Blue anywhere.
She's there, actually. As you guys walk by, she is there. She has this very small, like, lean-to tent set up, and she's just, like, sitting looking at the oasis.
Okay.
I'm sorry, did I miss anyone talking to her?
No, you guys just arrived. You all just arrived together.
Okay.
I think we should wait on that one, like, for a minute.
Okay.
So she has, like, set up, like, dragged over some, like, rocks, made herself, like, a sitting position, and is just, like, staring at the oasis.
I mean,
We
she's
call
so
this-
worried.
Like, her posture is just, like, really stressed and worried, like, I killed some folks.
We'll be okay for a bit. We call this plausible deniability.
As we pass it, or as we pass to, I say, I don't worry, I can help with this part a bit. And as soon as we get out of sight of her, I'll do it around them too. I flip off my hat and I pat the top of it a bit. And when I do, I think this time a small frog comes tumbling out of it. And the frog kind of begins to run away from me. And as it does, I cast Animal Messenger on it. And in 25 words, I just say, "This is Cade. We're all fine. Someone will meet you tonight near the oasis and tell you what happened."
Perf. And the frog, like, kind of stops, glows, it kind of lifts off the ground a little bit and does that, like, oh no, and then it, like, hits the ground again and starts hopping away from you as fast as it can.
I flip my cap and put it back on.
Okay. And you guys continue on toward Alan. And you arrive at Alan's. Do you just go straight in?
I think
Should I
as
just-
we approach, the other persona will take over so that Bammy doesn't heck things up by being like, "I need to be cured," and is like, "But you're already cured."
Okay, so you guys are all walking towards it, and then, like, pretty much as soon as you get close enough to the tent, like, probably, I don't know, 15 feet away, Bammy kind of, like, has, like, a hitch in his step, and all of a sudden stands a little bit straighter, like, his posture's a little bit better, and, like, kind of has this motion of just, like, fixing the bandoliers, just, like, dusting some dust off,
I have taught him well.
and that's what you notice. And then what, you guys all go in? Or sorry,
Wait,
you guys-
no, before we go in.
Yes.
I didn't want to interrupt Bammy's drama. Before we go in, just real quick, I'm gonna use my Mask of Many Faces, which is the only ability that I use. You guys know this. So I use Disguise Self, to make myself look like myself, but I'm gonna give myself a little bit of like cut right here, and like a little bit haggard, not like so that I'm unattractive, but like just a little bit, like maybe I haven't slept that well. Like a little bit gone.
Yeah.
Just a little bit like a cut right here. Like it was very stressful what we just did.
Yeah.
Not dramatic, but enough.
What am I thinking of?
Kristen Stewart.
The mom from the
Just like in
Yes, I made
Just like-
myself look like Kristen Stewart.
They're like tired but still attractive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I was gonna say like
Exactly
the
that.
dramatic bones and like the cheeks of like the mom from the Addams Family, whoever that actress is.
Yes.
What's her name?
Like Morticia.
That one.
I think that's her real name. Yeah.
Just a little bit, because it hasn't been that long, but like just enough that it's like, oh, you
I think Kristen Stewart is a good example.
You look stressed.
Yeah, so we've got Cade and Cole with blue fingertips and a little bit of a squint, and Genevieve just looks like, oh man, I've got this though. Okay, and you guys just walk in?
Oh, can I cast something on her before I should?
Yeah.
I cast Enhance ability on.
Woohoo! Whatever for? I have no clue what it could possibly be.
My strength.
Definitely bears endurance. No, I give her Eagle Splendor.
Yeah. Okay, you look so splendid and yet so tired. Okay, so you guys walk in, and Alan is sitting at his desk. I hate this track. I'm gonna find a better one. There's just a squeaking bird lizard or something. And he's at his desk. He just kind of swivels around to face you guys. Hands kind of crossed in front of him. You all look well. Anything to report?
We have done what you asked.
Excellent.
I bring him the device, which I walked in holding the device. Like,
Great.
This is very important. We had done what you asked. And I don't, if he's holding out his hands, I set it down on his desk.
Rude.
Yes.
Okay, he's like, all right. So? He looks it over.
It
I guess he
turns
needs-
out
I want to check. Yeah, he fine. Go ahead.
it may have suffered some bumps and bruises along the very traumatic journey that we
You
had
all
this.
get up to so much trauma, it seems.
Wow, I guess we're just interrupting countesses now. That's fine.
Mm.
I'll wait.
You may continue.
I wait like 10 seconds. Like I started talking of my own accord. We found that a very powerful magic user of some sort was, by all accounts, escaping detection somehow, and casting different sorts of magic spells, suppressions, what have you, on your oasis, which Cole has very skillfully captured in your mediocre device.
Go on.
And this was the problem with your oasis. We can look at it if you like.
He picks up the device again. So you're telling me that someone was suppressing the fish in the oasis?
I'm telling you that there was a lot of magic cast on your oasis without you knowing. And it may have upset the balance of life.
So this spell that is in the device is very specific. I find it hard to believe that this spell in particular would do anything to the fish.
Maybe you have underestimated your fish, Mr. Allen.
Well, this is... I mean, I don't know everything about how your device works, but this is just a small fraction of what was cast, from what I understand.
A microcosm of what was happening, if you will.
Like an echo.
Genevieve, roll me deception with advantage.
Natural 20. Plus some things.
So what's it total?
26.
Yeah, that's what I want to hear.
My other roll was a 1.
Why are advantage rolls so
Christmas.
dramatic with Jen?
Christmas.
Well, that's what I'm made for, I guess. It's the drama. 26.
That is true. Okay, so he looks at the device, he looks at you guys. And that's it then. Just
What do you mean?
Someone was just casting a conglomerate of magic on it. That's
Well,
it.
not someone. A very powerful, important someone.
Really?
Really.
Did you meet them?
I spoke with them.
Who are they? What do they look like? Do they have a name?
They have a lot of things. And if you want to know, you will cure my friends of their poison.
Well, I suppose you have finally done what I asked of you. So, and he looks over at Bammy. I will cure you. And if I get more information out of it, all the better. One moment. And he opens up a different drawer of his desk and does that thing where flips it down, reaches down and up to his elbow. And pulls out the same huge hairy spider that he was working on that one day that you guys came in. Now, hold still. And he goes over to Cole and holds the spider out and holds his hand up for your hand or arm or something. And he takes your wrist, just very, what's what I'm looking for? Briskly, just, all right, doing this thing, it's whatever. Holds the spider out, and the spider just immediately just, bites into your wrist. And whatever, you take a point of piercing damage. And,
Okay.
Burning sensation goes through your bloodstream.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then you get kind of feverish. And then you kind of feel faint. And he's like, you might want to sit down. And after a few minutes, that burning sensation will
I don't think I...
You'll feel better in a moment. Cade.
Didn't use my title.
All right. And he just holds out the spider, and the spider just kind of goes over and jumps on your shoulder.
50 Shades of Cade.
And then it goes, I don't know, bites your wrist, your neck somewhere exposed. Are you wearing an ascot? I don't know.
No, it's too hot.
You get a little bite, and same sort of feeling. It just burns. You start to feel a little bit faint. But yeah, again, after a few minutes, that feverish sensation burns away your headache. The bloodstream returns to your fingers, and you feel fine. And then he goes over to you, Genevieve. Countess.
I 100% know that I'm fine, right?
Yep.
I'm fine.
If you say so. And then looks over at Bambi, nods, and then just puts the spider back on his desk. And the spider just kind of goes and crawls up, starts crawling up the tote, doing a spider thing. So, who is it?
I'm sure you would like to know.
All right, and it's as I expected.
Mr. Allen makes a lot of assumptions about people based on a few words.
One does what one must.
Then I have...
Where'd you get this poison?
From the spider.
Where'd you get the spider?
He was given to me.
We can keep playing this game. From whom?
I find myself without any longer needing you, so have a good day. And he turns around toward his desk and just, like, starts pulling out some papers and starts writing again. I can't hear you.
I realized. Flash the lights. Cole, I think it is time that we let this lie. But I would say one thing to Mr. Allen.
I'm listening.
Whether he finds himself too good to look a countess in the face or not. You have made some truly impressive moves, Sir Alanir. Or however it is they pronounce your name here.
You did it right, good job.
Some truly impressive ones. Some truly masterful ones. And some that are truly mistakes. You have made an enemy of the Countess and Earl Dufresne. And you will scoff, and you will laugh. And in your arrogance you will say this is nothing. And whether or not you choose to look me in the eyes, know
He
that...
turned around when you said you made when you're like, you made some mistakes. He turned around, he's looking at you, you know.
Oh good, I'm staring daggers at him. Just know there will come a day when your joy and your arrogance and all of the prizes you seek here will turn to ash. One day, perhaps long from now. Don't bother.
Trust me, little mirror chaser. I am aware. My only goal is to delay it as long as possible.
Then just know when it happens. And when you die screaming, and you regret every one of us you crossed, know that somewhere Countess Genevieve Dufresne is laughing. Good day to you.
Mind.
I'll walk out. Very dramatically.
But yeah, I mean, I guess, like, thanks for, healing us with after you poisoned us. Okay, bye.
Goodbye. If anyone remains in the tent, he's just looking at you like, does anyone else have anything they want to say to make themselves feel better?
No, and it might be a little awkward at this point, but I think you promised to pay us.
That is true. You are completely right. And he goes and opens a drawer, and he pulls out, he looks around. What is that gloomy fellow?
Oh,
He died.
All the better. You can split this 5 ways then, and gives you 60 gold.
Right. Gonna walk out.
I couldn't remember if you offered to pay us this time because I got so tricked up by the first time.
He did promise to pay you if you came back.
Go.
Good job, Willow.
I want to be the last one out of the tent, but if anyone else is sticking around, I am walking out the door. I stop as I get to the edge. I turn around, and locking eyes with him, I just push something off in the back.
I feel like it's the same pot. Like it's the clay thing.
Like he mended it or something.
Yeah, there's like some glue. There's like glue on like the cracks in it.
And I just push that over, and then I turn around and walk out.
And as Cade leaves, and Bammy just kind of looks at the pot and she's like, They are interesting, and I feel sorry for you that you have made enemies of most of them. Well, except for Willow. I don't think she has a mean bone in her body.
I don't think so either.
The others, I would give more weight to the Countess's words than you seem to.
I don't consider you all enemies. I consider you all temporary allies. Sure, I probably upset you with my methods I had to employ, but it is what it is. One does what one must. And he, all of a sudden, like, with you, just you in here, like, he just lets himself look really, really, really tired.
Yes, well, I believe we all have dangerous days ahead. This business with the oasis is not actually concluded, but hopefully you will not have to deal with any of that. I don't even want to deal with it, but it seems that it falls to us to handle it.
I have much to account for. I don't know if you were listening when I told them that first day that I have deadlines and I have to make them, and I have things that I owe. That was the truth. Just not to whom. Watch your little Willow, for I think she is in the sights of them as well.
Bammy will certainly keep an eye on her, and I will do my part as well.
Well, I will see you again then, for our next round.
Perhaps. Do try to find other ways of coercing people that doesn't revolve around poisoning them with exotic poisons. It's just a big headache for everyone involved.
One does what one must.
Yes, but diversifying your portfolio is always beneficial.
Of course, of course. Don't tell the same lie twice, etc., etc.
Yes. Well, speaking of telling lies, I suppose I have to go explain some things to them now.
Have fun with that.
Oh, I'm sure it will be a pleasant conversation. It will be, well, better face the music and Eves.
Okay. And there you go. You all reconvene outside of Alan's tent.
I think he got the message.
That was very well done, Countess.
Thank you, it was actually like a line from one of my favorite novels, but I thought it landed very well.
Maybe we should go.
We should go very far away from here before he reads that book.
Oh shit.
What?
I just figured it out.
What?
And I used my bonus action to turn into a frog.
But what is?
And I turned back. I know how to. I figured out the swimming thing. Finally.
Oh, cool,
That is
man.
so great, Kate!
That's been bothering the hell out of me for just hours.
I'm so
Okay.
proud of you! That's so great!
Yeah.
We can go now.
Okay. All right.
What should I do with this? And like holds up the gold.
Well, we probably should split that evenly among the party, Willow. And this is the first time Cade and Genevieve have heard Bammy speaking.
Yeah,
this
all
way.
of a sudden,
Yeah.
Bammy is very articulate. Like, and again, you notice he's like, when he comes out of the tent, posture very nice, kind of like straightens up, like fixes the bandoliers a little bit so they're hanging a little bit nicer.
Just gonna like look at
Hi.
Caden.
I guess this is the conversation Willow warned me about.
Do you
Go
know
ahead.
us?
We should go somewhere rather than standing right outside Alan's tent.
Yeah, there
It's
are a couple
okay.
of people like carrying like some flax of sour, and trying to go like past you guys.
Where?
We can retire to my tent.
Poof, you're there.
Hello.
Who?
Introductions are
happening?
to be made.
So, introductions may be a bit tricky. I know who you all are. You don't really know who I am. And in a way, neither do I.
What have you done with Bammy?
Bammy's still here. If you only believe one thing that I tell you, believe this. I will not let any harm come to Bammy. That is, from my first real moment of consciousness, that is the one thought I had, the one truth I knew in this world. I must not let Bammy come to harm.
Do you have a name we can address you by?
If I had a name, I've forgotten it.
What would you like us to call you?
I haven't really thought about it that much.
Man.
These past few days are the most in years that I have assumed control of Bammy, for lack of a better phrase. So there's not much of a real sense of self that I needed a name. I am just here with Bammy, always watching, always present, but it does take some effort to do this.
Don't worry. We will come up with a name for you.
Betty.
I am
Betty?
waiting on pins and needles.
Betty is good.
I like Betty.
That's good, yeah.
We'll put a pin in that one, maybe come back to it.
Yeah, I agree with that one. Good instincts, but so I guess we don't have a whole lot of time with you. You don't know where you come from?
No, I just know I was more or less there when Bammy hatched. And I've been there all along.
So you're a part of Bammy.
I suppose that is the most accurate way of putting it, yes.
Does Bammy know about you?
No, Bammy does not know. And as things are, I do not want him to know yet. I do not... Bammy is many things, but his mind is not the most complex. I worry what it might do to him if he were to think there was another thing inside with him.
I think Betty is right.
I think Betty's right too.
I don't want you to feel married to that name, like just because two people said it in a row. But I it is kind of catchy though. I'm already like trying not to say it. What do you want?
As I said, to protect Bammy, to keep him safe. I suppose I have an inkling that once upon a time I had my own body, my own person.
I cast a detect magic upon Bammy right now.
Sweet, click it.
Okay, I don't know if this helps me at all. Presence of magic. Okay, that won't help me that much. If I just get like magic, then I'll cast identify. But if I don't get magic, then I won't cast it.
You get a magical aura from Bammy, similar to what you get from any spellcaster.
Okay, then I'm gonna cast identify.
What is that? Click it.
Which is
I need to know if it'll do anything for me.
choose, and it says object. Maybe it has to be an object, not a creature.
If you instead
I'd
touch a
allow it.
creature throughout
Yeah.
the casting.
Oh wait, if you instead touch a creature, you learn what spells, if any, are currently affecting it. So that's the only thing that it does if it's a creature.
Roll me an Arcana check.
Okay. 18.
Okay, so through identify, as you're just like, I don't know, holding not Bammy's hand or something, or like just laying your hand on Bammy's shoulder for a minute, There are no spells currently affecting Bammy.
Okay.
But also there is. You get the sensation of some sort of magic. It kind of takes you back to when you were at the Breakers, like very old, natural, like ambient part of the world magic.
Can you remind me what the breakers are?
The Breakers are where you went with the druids to do this stop the sandstorm
yes.
ritual.
Ryan was not there for that, but cool.
Yes, that's right.
Yes, cool. Continue.
So that is the sensation that you get. Like there's no nameable spell going on. But
do I sense this is different from the other creature that was kind of possessed earlier today?
Oh, this is super different. Yeah.
Okay.
You get a sensation that this magic is, in a way, a part of Bammy.
Okay.
Like whatever is going on is literally woven into his being.
Okay. All right.
There you go.
Also, do I believe this thing that is speaking?
You can roll an insight check.
Okay. I'm gonna roll a different one. Oh, that was cocked. No, that's even worse. 6.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like Bammy, but it doesn't talk like Bammy, so it's like hard to read because you're trying to do like the things that you learned to read Bammy. But then again, Bammy's always really straightforward, so seeing Bammy's face do different things that Bammy's face usually does is really off-putting.
That makes sense.
But it sounds legit.
Where's Bammy right now?
Asleep. He mentioned that sometimes he sleepwalks. That's usually me.
Where are you when he's awake?
As I said, I'm present, observing, watching. That's why I was able to step in before you made any deals with the Aboleth.
I wasn't making a deal.
Aboleths are not to be trifled with. It would not. I couldn't just stand by and even let the slimmest chance of that come to pass. Also, you may be curious how Bammy knew so much about Aboleths. That was, I suppose you could say, me whispering in his ear, but he doesn't.
How do you know about Aboleths?
Again, I don't have much memory from before Bammy was born, but nothing concrete, but I do remember some knowledge. I was a bit of a researcher myself.
You were?
Yes. I know things about this world, obviously not what happened to me, to us, but I know Aboleths are bad news.
What's one thing that you can remember that's not tied to Bammy?
Well, I know my spells.
You have spells?
Yep, and she will press to digitate. Just little sparks and lights and motes.
Say what, girlfriend?
Yes, I am a magic user. It is an interesting thing. I don't fully understand how my presence affects Bammy's biology. Obviously, Bammy cannot use magic, but I can. But I also... Bammy still retains his musculature, but I am not able to fully make use of it. Bammy could easily lift all of you at once. Well, most likely lift all of you at once. I might struggle to lift Cade over there.
Hey.
So, hey, I know.
You
I
are
know.
small, don't argue.
So you know spells, like, but you don't remember learning them? They just come naturally to you?
Many of them, it is tricky. Many of them are I feel influenced by Bami's draconic ancestry. Some of them I have figured out as ways that might prove useful when in cases in the past where I've had to take control to get Bami out of danger.
So are you the reason why that fire happens?
No, that is just something that is something of Bami's, but we are both beings of fire. My magic is very fire-based, but much of that is inherent to Bami and the path that he walks in this world.
But you want to protect Bammy. To
Yes.
keep him safe.
Above all, that is what I want.
And by association, keep his friends safe.
Yes. Speaking of, I had a little chat with Mr. Allen after we all left.
Of course you did.
I mean, how do you think I got Bami cured in the first place? But
One day I will have the last word.
I think you will be glad I had the last word here. Willow, he said they have their eye on you. I'm not sure if this they that he meant is the person he reports to or the person that he reports to is protecting him from.
That's a weird thing to say.
Yes, but I wish I could have gotten more info, but I get the sense Alan was not going to be very forthcoming with that. But
Well,
So you've
Okay.
talked to him a lot?
only the once. I went the night before we swam into the oasis to secure Bami's antidote, and by extension, actually all of yours. If we had failed to clean the oasis, we would have returned. He would have come up with some excuse, some change of heart, perhaps. But the antidote was guaranteed
We
before
did not.
we even entered the oasis.
But we did not need Mr. Allen.
Ultimately, no. It seems that, well, you are all casters of some power yourself.
What do they want with Willow?
Who can say? She is interesting, given what I can deduce of her ancestry. Kind of very pointedly staring at her horn.
Pointedly.
I mean, who can say? I think Alan might be able to say.
We can certainly try giving him another visit, but... And he did say he might see us again for the next round.
Of our next round of what?
He didn't say. He doesn't see us as enemies, despite the general ill feelings we hold towards him. He sees us as temporary allies.
I don't care how Mr. Allen sees us.
I'm inclined to agree, but if he knows something about whoever is out for Willow, it may be prudent to not rip his head off just yet.
Well, do you have any enemies, or does Orizana have any enemies?
Yes.
Yes.
In fact, Cole.
I think I rolled a billion on my religion check earlier.
Yeah, on episode 1, if you recall, and Willow, you would know this as well, there is a being known as the Seeker, or the Light that Seeks and Blinds, or, let me get all of the names. Hold up, I have them written down. Give me a second. The Ringing Star, the Fording Bright, the Never Lost, and the First Lost. They are some sort of godlike being. The tales, histories, and religious texts describe them as the first child of Orizana, but ended up splitting off from the rest of the Pantheon to go on their own, like seek their own path. And because of things that happened, ended up being banished from the heavens and couldn't come back, which infuriated them. And now they're just like, I hate all of you. And I'm going to take you down. So particularly Orisana. Like, Mom, I hate you. So speaking of enemies of Orisana, that one.
Yeah. Will, are there any like salty family members in Orisana's past?
Well, I mean, there's
he asked leadingly.
I mean, we don't speak of the fallen one very much, but those who follow them tend to do what they can to stop Orisana and her followers, and I'm sure also my time with the vigilant ladies might have affected that as well. So, but I don't know of any specific people that would want to get me.
Well, I don't think. I mean, it's important if you think it's important, but Willow is our friend, and if someone wishes her harm, I think we keep an eye out and we will protect you. I don't think it matters who it is.
Yeah, I'm not too worried. I know I don't walk alone.
But I mean, if we know who it is, maybe we can get a jump on him and see what's maybe be able to predict something. Like, do you know this individual? You didn't say their name. I don't. Although I rolled really high earlier, so maybe I know the name already. But
yes, you do.
Do I know anything about them specifically, as far as like what symbols they might have, or like insignia, or like
the Seeker? You're talking about the Seeker?
Symbology or anything that like I might. Yes.
Talking about this. Okay. Shooting star, typically.
Yes.
Typically, it's like a black field with a white star aiming downward, like a really long tail, almost like a comet. Okay. Is typically the Seeker's symbology, because it was originally a star, one of the stars created by Orisana
to protect the world. Anything like that anywhere that we've been in this city anyway.
Roll a retroactive perception check.
Retroactive perception check. Engage. 23.
Oh, I'm gonna send you a whisper. I guess it doesn't matter because you're probably gonna tell everyone anyway, but I'm gonna whisper it anyway.
Yeah, because I'm real bad about inter-party secrets.
Tell us your secrets.
Except I guess I did lie to Genevieve. Oops.
She believed you.
That's going on. Does anyone else have other questions for?
I know, right?
Person in Bammy.
Is it okay if we call you Betty?
Just Gold like freezes like.
Because I don't want to call you Betty if you don't like it, but I think it's kind of great.
I suppose it will suffice for now. It is fairly close to Bammy.
Like another Bammy. Until we figure out what your name is. But if you have a name that you want to use, we use that one instead.
Yes, well, as I said before, Betty will be fine. I have not given much thought to what I would be called, despite being in Bammy for... It's been... How many years?
A long time. I think Betty is a great name.
Yes, well...
Are you a ghost?
I don't think so. I certainly cannot leave Bammy's body, which I believe ghosts can do when they possess people.
Only someone could sense undead.
Are you a demon?
If I were, would I tell you?
No.
Well, that's not exactly true. From based on my research, some demons are very proud of it.
Well, not Betty.
I am not a demon.
Based on what? No, I actually don't know. My spells can cover that. I don't know. Jury's still out on your demonhood.
I don't know, Betty. I mean, everyone can make their own judgments, but I think as long as you want to protect Bambi and you are our friend, then I think you are okay.
Yes, well, that is good.
I know, my judgment means a lot.
Yes. This is the longest conversation I've quite possibly ever had since being in Bami's body. It is... I had forgotten what conversation is like, almost.
You're doing very well. Do you want to sleep? You seem like you want to sleep.
I'm getting frazzled. I guess before I leave, just again, protecting Bambi. Don't let Bambi know about me. My ability to take over is iffy at best. There are times where it is easier for me to, but don't expect to be able to just call me up and I will be there.
Okay.
Any final questions?
This might be weird to ask. I know you're in Bami's body, but, what words should we use with talking about you? Do you like boy words or girl words?
I feel a bit more of an affinity for the feminine pronouns, yes.
Okay.
And as to if you want to be vague around Bammy, I suppose you could. I will leave that in your judgment if you want to figure things out. I suppose. No, I don't know if she would know about the mental party line. He's certainly not looped in on it.
You said you had an affinity to his dragon side?
Well, yes. I mean, Bammy obviously is a dragonborn. But I also feel like there's something to it for me as well.
Cole's gonna produce the dragon shard.
Mm-hmm.
And like kind of furtively looking around a little bit. And just like it's like just kind of put it forward. It's like,
Do you feel anything from this?
Does she?
Actually, roll me. Jeez. Just roll me a d20.
Okay. 15.
I'd say it feels familiar. And I think actually when you reach out and touch it, it almost gives you a jolt. And I'd say you get a flash of a memory of having your hand on the side of a large, gleaming dragon's body who's bleeding out and breathing heavily. And that's just what you get.
That is... wow. I got a flash of a memory just then. Nothing that tells me more about who I am. Although... Yes, there was a dragon there, but it was dying. That's all I got in the flash.
I'll figure out something for you.
That would be, if this can help, that would be wonderful, but this is going on long enough. As I said, taking over can be fatiguing, and I also do not want to live Bammy's life for him. It is I am here to keep him safe.
Oh, okay. Well, if you wake up while everyone is asleep, just wake me up. If I'm asleep, just wake me up whenever.
I will keep that in mind, young Cole. And then she kind of looks around for any last questions.
Later, Gator.
In a while, Crocodile. And then we'll sort of nod off, and then... Did I fall asleep?
Totally.
You took a nap.
Just like right on the floor, just face dive. It was really odd.
I know I sleepwalk. I didn't.
It's narcoleptic.
You're just really tired, Bammy. It's okay. It's been a long week.
Yeah.
Well, getting cured of the poison must have made me more tired than I expected.
Yeah. Do you want to get some food?
Yes, food would be good.
Let's get some food.
Okay, so you guys go back for second breakfast that you just had, 20 minutes ago.
Going to brunch now.
It's brunch now.
It's brunch time.
It seems like a thing Bammy would like.
More food? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys just have a sociable moment, relaxed, not hunting down any weird oasis things, not going to find any druids, just a nice, chill moment. And as you do, having brunch, that's where we'll close it. And we'll come back next time to pick up all those loose threads that happened today. So thank you for joining us, everybody. Thank you for the loot drop again, Kitty. I will get to it, I promise. But no one stole anything from Mr. Allen. I was kind of hoping that was where I could sneak that in, but it's fine.
Well, that's still on the table, my lady, my dude.
My dude. Okay, so remember, we've got the Mordenkainen giveaway going on. It ends on Sunday, so get your entries in at least by Sunday. We'll announce the winner on Monday at Wildspace at 8 Eastern. And then also this Saturday, which is before Monday, there's going to be Survivors Complex at 5:30 Eastern. Yes. So good game and good night, Internet.
Good night.
Good night, Internet.